My friends, it seems the Federal Reserve has been given an early Christmas present. 33 terabytes of compromised data. Ho 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 indeed. The LockBit ransomware group, those digital ne'er-do-wells, have been playing hide and seek with law enforcement since 2020, leaving a trail of digital destruction that would make even a Bond villain blush. And meow, they've struck again, this time hitting multiple US government agencies harder than I pounce on a laser pointer. Imagine if your bank account details were suddenly as public as my charming wit. The horror. That's precisely what we're facing with this breach, which could expose sensitive financial information of countless Americans. 33 terabytes, my friends. That's enough data to store every embarrassing photo you've ever taken. Twice. To put it in perspective, that's like having 3 million cats, each carrying a USB drive with your deepest, darkest financial secrets. Perfectly terrifying, isn't it? This breach has me more on edge than a feline in a room full of rocking chairs. The FBI and CISA are meow scurrying about like mice in a cheese factory, desperately trying to patch up our digital Swiss cheese defences. It seems our government's cybersecurity is about as effective as a paper umbrella in a monsoon. Remember the SolarWinds debacle? Those were simpler times, when we thought our biggest problem was deciding which Zoom background to use for our virtual happy hours. Nothing says Merry Christmas quite like a massive data breach. LockBit certainly knows how to spread holiday cheer, don't they? One can only imagine the diplomatic furballs this will cause. I suspect there will be more hissing and clawing in the corridors of power than at a midnight cat convention. And speaking of conventions, let's not forget that back in October 2023, US intelligence agencies were yowling warnings about increased cybersecurity threats from Russian-based ransomware groups. Did we listen? Apparently not. We were too busy arguing about whether AI-generated art counts as real art. Spoiler alert, it doesn't, especially if it can't capture the majestic floof of my tail. It appears our government's cyber defences were about as robust as a sandcastle at high tide. One wonders if they've considered employing a troop of tech-savvy squirrels to guard our digital nuts. The mastermind behind this digital disaster? None other than Dmitry Yuryevich Khoroshev, also known as LockBit Sup. This cyber Grinch has been linked to over 2,500 attacks worldwide, including approximately 1,800 in the US, leading to over $500 million in ransom payments. Talk about a naughty list. The US government has even put a $10 million bounty on his head. That's a lot of catnip, my friends. But let's not forget LockBit's previous shenanigans. Back in August 2023, they sank their claws into Fulton County, Georgia, causing more chaos than a cat in a yarn store. The county's services were disrupted, and they had to cough up $10 million to strengthen their IT infrastructure. It's like paying for a new scratching post after your cat has already shredded your favourite armchair. Meow. Let's talk economics, shall we? The financial implications of this breach are as tangled as a ball of yarn after I've had my way with it. We're looking at potential costs that could make the United Health ransomware incident, which racked up a cool $1 billion, look like pocket change. The stock market is likely to have more mood swings than a cat deciding whether to go out or stay in. And let's not forget the Federal Reserve isn't just any old bank. It's the big kahuna, the top cat of the financial world. A breach here is like someone hacking into Santa's naughty and nice list. It affects everyone. But wait, there's more. This isn't LockBit's first rodeo. They've been galloping through our digital plains since January 2020, leaving a trail of encrypted data and empty bank accounts in their wake. Their ransomware as a service model is like a twisted version of a franchise. Would you like ransomware with that? And it's been spreading faster than catnip at a feline convention. It's so easy to use, even a dog could do it. Not that I'm suggesting they have the intelligence for such sophisticated crimes. Social media is abuzz with reactions. One particularly snarky post from LockBit themselves referred to the Federal Reserve's negotiator as a clinical idiot for risking American banking secrets over a mere $50,000 ransom. It seems even cybercriminals have standards these days. Meanwhile, cybersecurity expert Dr. Whiskers McFirewall said, "This breach is more serious than a hairball in your favourite shoes. The potential exposure of sensitive financial data could lead to widespread identity theft, market manipulation, and a loss of public trust in our financial institutions." Well, I could have told you that, Doc. No PhD in scratching post required. The timing of this attack is about as subtle as a cat knocking a vase off a shelf at 3 in the morning. Cybercriminals love to strike during the holidays, when everyone's distracted by festive cheer and eggnog-induced naps. It's like they know we're all too busy untangling Christmas lights to notice they're untangling our cybersecurity. And let's not forget the international implications. This breach could cause more tension between the US and Russia than a dog and cat sharing a water bowl. It's just the latest in a string of cyber attacks that have been plaguing us like fleas on a stray. Remember the Colonial Pipeline hack? Or the JBS Foods ransomware attack? It's like we're stuck in a bad episode of America's Funniest Cyber Home Videos, except nobody's laughing, except maybe the hackers. But fear not, my friends. There is a silver lining to this digital disaster. At least now we know our government's cybersecurity is as reliable as a cat's promise to stop knocking things off tables. Perhaps this will finally be the wake-up call we need to take our digital defences seriously. After all, in the immortal words of the great philosopher Garfield, I'm not overweight, I'm under tall. Wait, that doesn't apply here. What I meant to say was, it's not a breach, it's an opportunity for improvement. Yes, that's much better. So, while you're decking the halls and jingling those bells, maybe take a moment to change your passwords. And if you enjoyed this catastrophic cybersecurity update, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Newscats. After all, in this digital age, your support is more secure than our government's data. Remember, every subscription helps us stay one paw ahead of the news, and hopefully, one step ahead of the hackers. We'll return shortly with more updates. I'm Ron de Parmesan, and this has been another Newscats special report.